Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who loves walking up to electrified fences and eating the peanut butter off of them. It's Adam Hodgins.
It is my favorite pastime. You are correct.
I mean, it's a risk reward, correct?
I mean, peanut butter tastes better off of a wire.
I think that's true. I mean, you know, for me, I stopped eating just random peanut butter. I didn't think it was too extreme, so now I just skydive and eat peanut butter, or I'm on a motorcycle eating peanut butter.
I can get behind that 100%. I just use, sometimes I'll just put a peanut butter on a fork and then stick the other side of the fork into a socket. So
don't. I didn't know where that was going.
No, it's just to get it as much charge in there as you can.
Yeah, and I mean, we could do this in this movie that we're talking about, Peter Rabbit. They fly in airplanes, eat peanut butter in there. They're on motorcycles, eat peanut butter in there. Like plenty of places that eat extreme peanut butter. That's what
It is the planes, trains, and automobiles of animal movies.
Yeah. I mean, some people do extreme snowboarding. I extreme peanut butter.
That makes sense to me.
Now we have some very special guests with us, Adam. So you wanna introduce them?
Yes. So we have actually the two biggest Peter Rabbit fans that I could find, which happen to be also my children. So my son Grayson is here. He's 10 years old. Say hello, Grayson.
Hello.
He clapped first, and then he said hello because he's very dramatic. And then we also have my daughter who is 8, and her name is Aislinn. Aislinn, can you say hello?
Hi.
Hello.
There we go. So Grayson is named for Dick Grayson.
Oh, wow.
His middle name is Wayne, so it's Grayson Wayne. So that's a little homage to Batman and Robin there.
Dick Grayson, Bruce Wayne.
Right. And Aislinn gets her name from the princess from the movie Dragonheart.
Whoa.
So it's a deep cut movie reference from my kids there.
That's the Sean Connery, Dennis Quaid yelling one, right?
It sure is.
It doesn't rhyme, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's right. So
we need to talk about that movie, by the way.
That needs to go on the short list, absolutely.
Yeah, of our long list.
Because I think I mentioned to you my Dennis Quaid theory. He doesn't make a bad movie.
He just, yeah. No,
his worst movie is very, very watchable.
Because he's in it.
Exactly. He brings his A game. But we stumbled across Peter Rabbit as a family because we get together and do family movie nights quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you get some duds, and sometimes you get some great ones. But never have I seen a reaction from my entire family like we did when we sat down and watched Peter Rabbit.
And I can't believe that movie made you laugh that hard.
I was dying laughing watching the movie.
You fell off your chair.
There was a number. We were a very animated family that night watching it. It was the perfect moment.
It was very cinematic.
It was our family looked like the Peter Rabbit family going on there.
When Megan and I watched it, my wife and I, who you two are best friends now after the Venom pod, and we watched it, and I didn't know what to expect. Right, I just knew that my brother. He told me that he and his kids loved it. My good friend Matt, a.k.a. Kahuna, he and his kid watched it and loved it. So I'm like, well, let's watch it. So Megan and I sat down, and the tone just caught me off guard, and we just laughed so hard at the rib breaking, and I almost broke a rib laughing at the rib breaking.
It really goes for it. It doesn't hold anything back.
And so this movie is so side character rich. That's my favorite part of it, for sure. I just love yeah. All right, so what were you saying?
Well, I'm just saying. So I was thinking before you and I kind of get to the meat of this, and before my kids head to bed, I thought they could each give you what they thought of the movie, their favorite part, and why they would recommend it to somebody.
I love it. I can't wait to hear it.
All right. So Grayson, do you want to go first? Ladies before gentlemen.
I love it.
Okay. But you are older, and your sister is maybe a little bit more nervous than you are. So give us why you liked it, your favorite part, and why you'd recommend it to a friend.
Well, my mom has the old version of Peter Rabbit in our movie shelf, and when I was younger, I used to watch it all the time.
Right.
So at first everything seemed like stop, go, so I didn't know what to expect from this.
Right.
But when I watched it, it was hilarious. I instantly knew that this was going to be the best movie Aislinn has ever seen as soon as those birds got knocked out of the sky.
Yes, the singing birds.
Singing Steal My
Classic
Sunshine.
running gag. Exactly. So what would you say is your favorite part of the movie?
Well, when my favorite part was when everybody was hiding in the flowers and everything, and Mr. McGregor was out trying to get rid of them in the store. But my favorite was Mopsy. No, not Mopsy, but Cottontail when she flew out of the sky. Like, where? How in the world did she get up there? There's no ladders. There's no, like, seriously. But yet, she falls straight out the sky, and boom.
I think she got there because she's the oldest.
I love how high she could jump. Wasn't there a scene in the movie where one of them jumped really high?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that Cottontail?
Yeah, the girl with the green vest. Yeah. That's her.
Okay, Aislinn, so what do you think of the movie?
I think it's really, really funny.
Yeah? Would you say you have a favorite part of the movie?
No, because my favorite part of the movie is the whole movie.
That is a very, very bold assumption, Aislinn.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So your favorite part of the movie is half an hour long.
You know what my favorite part is, Aislinn? My favorite part is when they're sitting there watching Thomas and he's spraying the bottle and they're going, "That's normal." And then they're like, "That's not normal." And he's spinning around in a circle, shooting it. And then she's like, "That's normal." And then he shoots himself in the face and they're like, "Yeah, definitely not normal." That was so
cracking up over here.
That was so weird. That was just the humor I loved. He's this guy sprinting around in a circle and then he sprays himself. This is not normal. Not normal. What a funny scene.
So, Grayson, out of 1 out of 10 stolen carrots, how many carrots would you give this movie? Give them all the beans?
Yeah, all the beans.
20 beans? Wait, so 10
beans.
carrots is roughly equivalent of about 47 beans.
Right, so it's a solid 6.5 carrots. Aislinn, how many stolen carrots out of 10 would you give this movie? No one can see what you're doing on a microphone.
10?
10.
10.
Yeah.
See, a big old 10.
Do you think a Dalek would have made it better?
No, absolutely.
No, it would have ruined the whole thing. It's hilarious the way it is.
Finally, I agree with you with something.
But Aislinn and I were watching Doctor Who the other day, and it was an episode with Craig in it, and we realized that he was the voice of Peter Rabbit. So it's a connection between her favorite show and her favorite movie.
Oh, wow.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mind blown.
Yeah. Well, mind blown.
Well, thanks for that was fun. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, you guys go and brush your teeth and hop into bed, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys.
Let's do it again. We'll do it again.
Bye.
Bye. Go Daleks.
Go Daleks. We're kind of doing
baby.
We're kind of doing camp mode a little bit here because their mom's in Peru right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's doing summer camp there for Peruvian kids, and so she's away for a couple weeks. So we're just kind of doing a bunch of movies and whatnot.
I was hoping you would say that she's hunting for Paddington.
Oh, how good is Paddington?
Dude, Paddington 1 and 2 are just national treasures. I almost don't want to talk about them because they're just so good. I don't know how to capture how good they are in a podcast.
I think the scene that captures how endearing those movies are is in the first movie when it's raining and Paddington looks at the emergency marmalade sandwich in his hat. And he thinks about it, and then he says, "No, it's not bad enough yet." And he puts it back on his head. And then the guard hands him a much bigger sandwich from under his hat.
Yep.
That to me is just like, that's how endearing that movie is summed up in that moment right there.
My favorite moment of the two is Barry, the security guard, in the second one when, it's a guy, I forget his name, but he's also in Mindhunter. He was in Mighty Boosh, and he also wrote these movies. But there's a scene where he's a security guard, and he's telling the story later on. He's like, and I blasted out with my blinding speed. And you just see him walking fast, drinking coffee.
So this movie, Peter Rabbit, like my kids made an allusion to, my wife is a huge Beatrix Potter fan. Like, loves them. And when you were a kid, did you ever have like a promotion where when you filled up your tank of gas, you got like a treat for the kids?
No. I never even knew about Peter Rabbit until I saw this movie.
Well, when I was a kid, it wasn't just Peter Rabbit. Like every couple months, there'd be like a new promotion, kind of like a Happy Meal toy. But if you fill a tank all the way to the top, you would there was like action figures one time, there was like GoBots one time, and one time was these Beatrix Potter books.
What?
Yeah, no, it was incredible.
What kind of gas? These are great gas stations.
Yeah, it was at the Texaco, and I don't know.
I used to loiter outside my gas stations and asking people for like dimes and nickels so I could buy cream soda.
Oh, cream soda is the best pop.
Yeah, because I learned if I asked for more, they wouldn't give it to me. But if I said I needed a dime, people would most of the time give it to me.
No one's gonna give you $1, but 10 guys will give you a dime.
Yeah, exactly, and I could get a cream soda pretty quick.
So anyways, my wife was very like beloved to these books, and she gets very like she's the quintessential like, oh, the movie is different from the books, I don't like it. Like she loves the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, so I got her like the box set of Little House on the Prairie, and she doesn't have any time for the show. She's like, it's different from the books, so I don't love it. And so when we sat down to watch this movie, I was on edge because I was like, I don't want to hear how it's different than the book. And in the modern era of like animated movies, they're going to take liberties with it.
Oh yeah.
But it was done, in her words, it was done with the same heart and the same characters as the books. It wasn't a retelling of that story. It was a continuation. But the characters were so spot on that she just fell in love with it right away. And I think that's at the core of this movie, this bananas, off the wall, slapstick rabbit movie. Like every one of these characters is so rich, like you were saying, that just like there's so much heart to it that you can't not fall in love with the whole rabbit family.
Now I want to ask what you think. I like Peter Rabbit. Now I think James Corden's maybe one of the few people that could have pulled this character off, because he is a turd and he is selfish and he does kind of not listen and he takes charge and
he's a narcissist to the core.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but we were talking about this the other day on our Captain Ron podcast, episode 175. Kurt Russell's the only one that could have made Ron not seem like a lecherous scuzzbucket. And I think Corden, the way he plays off this dialogue, it works. It works the way he is.
And I think the way he does the dialogue, I said to Heather, it's kind of like almost like 1984 doublespeak, where everything he says is actually like 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, sorry that, our mom and dad, and he has this heartfelt moment where he's like, yeah, our mom and dad died and we're really like beat up about it. Not so much you because you're a cousin. And so he like tears down, the cousin and like lets them know that you are not to be as sad as we are, but this is a very sad emotional moment. So he has this, it's like sarcasm wrapped in heart.
And he got that jacket back for his cousin. And then they're like, yeah, but you wear brown on brown. It's weird.
So my big thing when I watch a movie, and I don't know if you have like, I think we all have checklists in our mind when we watch a movie, and I don't think it's like a conscious thing, but subconsciously we have a checklist, and over watching so many I've but one of the first things I look for is like, what are the rules of the universe? Mm-hmm. And so like I'll buy Star Wars where you go to space and you talk to Chewbacca and Han can understand what he's saying. Like if that's the rules, I'm in. I get it. If a movie is set in like my world, I get those rules. Like that's okay. I didn't understand to this moment the rules of this movie.
Yeah. All right. So bones don't break.
No.
All right. Humans can understand animals if their heart is open.
Right. Or if they're really angry enough at the rabbits.
Yeah.
Like, but again, I was like, do they see the coats? Like, and then, but they address that. They're like, Mr. McGregor Jr., he says, they're wearing coats. Why have we never mentioned that they're wearing coats? And I think it just beautifully sidesteps the logic factor. Well, and just as we're going to go in the story, just get on board. And I think the last movie that did it that I thought was quite cute was Looper, when Bruce Willis is sitting at a restaurant table with with Gordon Levitt there with his face makeup on. And he's like, well, wouldn't the time? And he says, I'm not going to sit here and go over the rules of time travel with you. Let's just go.
Yeah, get over yourself.
Yeah, it was kind of like he was like, yeah, like don't worry, it's a movie. We're not going to explain the rules to you. And I was like, I kind of love that, but in this movie, I was like, I don't get the rules, and for the first time, I didn't care.
And also, I mean, in Looper, like you said, it just works. Listen, we figured it out. You don't need to hear it. And yeah, this movie, I mean, this is. You open up with Sam Neill, and he's eating snacks, and he's scraping walls with asbestos, and he's drinking water out of a bird feeder for roughly 70-some years.
Right?
People don't make human decisions. Like Rose Byrne, she's one of my heroes. I think she's great in Sunshine, 28 Weeks Later, Neighbors. I think she's getting into the Greek. She's hilarious. But in this movie, she's not all there. Is she? Is Rose Byrne all? No. Okay, good.
No.
Okay, but she's there in the universe. In this universe, she's there. But I also sorry, go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, she gets so angry at McGregor Jr. when he's like, no, Peter Rabbit, like, he blew up the tree with the detonator. No, that's a sentence that in this world someone says to somebody else. And she says, how could he push a detonator with his paw? But he's wearing a coat with buttons on it.
Yep.
That he clearly does the buttons up. So it's like, where does it's just the right and wrong logic goes out of the way, so you can tell this like heartfelt story with these characters and they can interact the way they do. It's just every line in the movie is a joke. It's like my kids watch it all the time, so I'm constantly rewatching it, and I'm like, I'm still picking up stuff I didn't get the first couple times through because it's so fast that the humor just comes at you like a freight train.
The director Will Gluck. He also did, Easy A, Friends with Benefits. He actually worked close with the Potter family, I guess, and this was very supervised by them. So I guess that's kind of why maybe your wife liked it. But also the point, I guess what I was trying to get at is he in an interview he said, if you watch this movie close, each of the three sisters voiced by, this is a coup by the way, Margot Robbie, Daisy Ridley, and Elizabeth Debicki. Like, that's a baller squad of sisters. Voiced by them. And they're great, by the way. I love all the voices in this.
Margot Robbie blew me away in this movie.
With the lisp? Oh, so good. I think Daisy Ridley, just her voice, she has, like, the best voice. She just made me so happy. And then Debicki's funny as well. But he said if you watch them at all times, Peter Rabbit's up front, but in the background, they're doing something. At all times, when you watch this movie, all the characters in the background are doing their own thing. He's like, because that's what three sisters would do. So this movie is so loaded. I mean, I don't know how I missed this the first three times, but there's a rooster in this movie.
He's my favorite part.
I don't even know where this came from. I don't know why I missed it, but there's a scene in this movie where this rooster starts talking, and what does it say? Do you know what the rooster said? I have the whole thing written down.
He's like, the sun came up again. I can't believe the sun. And he's like, and I think what he's doing is like when you hear a rooster crowing, that's what's actually going on in Rooster Talk is they can't believe the event of the sun rising up happened again. Like, we're so lucky to have the sun up again.
And then he says, he says, no way the sun came up again. If I'd known this would have happened, certainly wouldn't have fertilized all those eggs. Now I have to stick around and be present and involved.
Exactly.
So he's mad that he has to stay around and raise some chickadees.
But then at the end, he's like, you're the best thing to happen in my life. Like, he really goes on an emotional journey, this rooster does.
And then I didn't notice how adorable the larger bunny was. I forget the name of the cousin bunny.
Yeah, I forget his name right now.
When he is running, I'll pull it up. When he's running, it's just adorable. When I watch it for the third time, I'm like, I love this little guy. And this movie, by the way, it made $325 million on a $50 million budget.
Really? It was only $50 million, eh?
Yeah, and I mean, because they filmed a lot. They went over to Australia to film. That's probably how they got Sam Neill. I think he's New Zealand though. But they went over there, and it's mostly just CGI because they filmed. Ben.
Benjamin, yes,
is the thing. But I mean, $50 million, $325. So there was a lot of smarts behind this movie.
Wow. Yeah, and so they've already greenlit a sequel for 2020.
I mean, that's smart. Capitalize on that money.
Oh, huge money. But no, the other thing about the Peter and Benjamin relationship, like there's these these moments he has with everybody. So the whole thing about like, you're a bad influence on me and you're a follower and like, but I always want to follow you, and this thing that's like, and then they have this side British adventure, like sightseeing adventure at the end where it's like a buddy movie for a second. They've really just, again, given Peter Rabbit, and again, it's a rabbit. It's a CG rabbit that we're talking about, but they've given him these like moments with every character in the movie, right? And even when he like apologizes to the humans with like the head resting thing, you're like, this is bananas. However, it's also the most endearing thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And I do have to say it has the best salad dressing gag of 2018.
Just keep putting it on the side. It's so much to drink at once.
Yeah, the rabbit's like, I keep getting away. He's like, well, the trick is the dressing. And then does the rabbit not understand the stuff on the side is meant to be poured on? So he just drinks it all at once? Like a shot?
Yeah, he just downs the whole bottle. He just goes for it.
He thinks it's like a whiskey shot. And or any shot. He just downs it.
Also, I think my favorite non-rabbit character, aside from the rooster, was that deer.
Oh. Headlights.
He just like, and it's perfect. And then, but they're all working to get her from leaving. And then he's like in the middle of the day and they're like, the lights aren't even on. Like it's everything is there for a reason. I said, a number of times when I talk about Rocky Balboa, that franchise is my favorite franchise. But everything Stallone says is Rocky, he says for a reason. There's no wasted lines. Everything is like profound in like his Rocky kind of way of being profound, or it comes back and ties into something later on. And I feel like that's this movie. Like everything happened and it ties back in later, either for a joke. Like there's no wasted dialogue in this movie whatsoever. None.
And even the fox in the beginning.
Yes.
Now I do want to say, this movie, I guess we don't need to go ABC, but at the end, so Rose Byrne is going to move out, never paint again, because Peter Rabbit and Donald Gleason were fighting for her. They blew up a tree, yada, yada, yada. He moved back to London to work at Harrods. She's bummed out, so she's going to move because she has a beautiful place in the country. I don't know where she's moving to. Beautiful.
I don't know how she affords that place or what she does.
Beautiful cottage. But the weird thing about her, too, is her art is horrible, but some of her art is beautiful. But her bad art is good, and her good art is bad.
Right. They're like, no one wants a picture of these silly rabbits. And it's like, it's
beautiful.
An amazing painting. Yeah.
But at the end, when the deer is blocking the taxi cab, I love the taxi driver. There's a scene where.
Wasn't she great?
The scene where the sister shoves some carrots in the tailpipe and it backfires the car, so they're delayed. And Rose Byrne's like, who would do this? The taxi driver just goes, I have many enemies. And at the end, all that stuff goes down. The taxi driver goes, yeah, it's a lot to process. Like, she's there dropping lines.
Right? I want to see the spin-off Shaun and Hobbs style movie about her, but it's just like British taxi driver.
Yeah. I have many enemies.
Right? And just like, how did she get those enemies? How did she get to that place? And do it kind of like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are missing, where it's like it happens at the same time as Peter Rabbit. So like you entwine those scenes are still there, but it's like what happens when I think it'd be great.
I want 3 movies, right? There's 3 movies I want in this movie.
All right.
I want a movie of how the 3 bunny sisters got the wheelbarrow up those stairs. They couldn't have picked it up, so they must have used a lever system silently a pulley and lever system in his house to do that. And they laid down like pumpkins and vegetables perfectly to turn him every step of the way down that. These, like our Encino Man pod, which you'll hear, which we said Pauly Shore is an engineering savant.
He's a savant in many ways.
But in that movie, he and Sean Astin pull a 1,000-pound ice block out of a large hole via a swing set, then get it into a garage on sawhorses, just the 2 of them in a couple hours. I mean, that's, you and I we could do it, but it would take a long time. And they did it in no time.
I think we'd give up after about an hour.
Yeah. And
like, you know what, Mark, I don't know if this is worth it.
They tied in like lawnmowers and they're engineering, but this is a movie where I want to see these 3 bunny sisters in order to hurt Donald after they set up the perfectly executed broomsticks and the traps that got 3 traps on his butt and his hands. They knew where his hands would go. They knew where he would sit. And they knew the math to where he would step to optimize him hitting himself, stepping on broomsticks and whacking himself in the face. I want the math behind that.
Is a tired gag, and it works here.
Because I think it works the best when Corden later on goes, that was perfect. How did you do that? Like they riffed on it about how the science was beautiful.
I firmly believe that Corden stayed in character, and they just recorded him like goofing off, and a lot of that made the movie.
Well, but like that's such a perfect. How did you do that? Like I guess that is riffed. But see, the thing is, they had to film everything,
right?
And then they left Australia. The actors left Australia. Then they had to animate. So they must have just riffed on the situations that were at hand.
Yeah, they had to, because it's so natural, just how he just goes and goes and goes.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll say this: so slapstick humor has its place, and usually kids from 10 to 14, that's where slapstick lands the hardest. But when he was getting shocked. He kept touching the doorknobs and just getting blasted across the room. I was losing it. Like I have not laughed that hard in a long time. Just like the impact of it. And then at the end when it brought back and it was like the people that were going to buy the house were getting shocked. I was dying. It was perfect.
I think it worked so well because it wasn't grounded in anything in the real world. He got shot back and no bones broke. He just got blasted back. Like it was. Like, the rabbits knew they wouldn't kill him.
Right. There was nobody in danger here.
Now, I know this movie was picketed, and a lot of people wanted to protest it because of the blackberry allergy. I have a shellfish allergy, and I was annoyed when Peter Rabbit was going off on allergies. But a lot of people were mad about playing allergies for fun. But I do love the visual gag of Donald Gleason falling backwards in a very flexible pose, stabbing himself with an EpiPen, and then popping up like a zombie, or sorcerer.
Right.
Now, did they think they were gonna kill him? Correct.
They in that moment, yes, but here's the thing. Like,
did they want him to go in the ice cream truck with lights?
I think so. I think they did. I understand that like people may be like people were they're picketing because of an allergy gag, but like The Office had allergy gags in it, and like. There's a lot of, if we can't laugh at ourselves, then I think we're taking the world maybe too seriously. Like nobody in this movie was like, we should kill people with allergies. Like no one's saying that. Yeah. Like allergies are a very real thing. And like, I'd say as a society, we're pretty progressive right now about like keeping public places peanut free. And like, that's part of my job, in my church and other places we go is like, make sure that all the snacks are good. And so it's a very prominent thing, but we have to be able to laugh a little bit at it, right? Like there was a shellfish gag, and you're allergic to shellfish in Dr. Dolittle, remember?
Yep. That was the 90s, though. People don't care then.
I know, but I just think we're getting a little bit too sensitive if we can't. Like allergies are a real thing. My wife has an allergy to hot peppers, and it's pretty bad. But like we still like. In our home, we laugh about it a little bit.
The apology by the studio was, we didn't mean to offend anybody through this purposeful bout of slapstick comedy. So right. It was an apology, but they were like the guy that's kind of bitter that they have to apologize.
Right.
And they said, we're sorry that this slapstick comedy offended you, but we should have been more careful. But it's still slapstick. I know it offended you, but it's still slapstick. They just kept...
It's a bit of a Dwight Schrute apology.
Now, there's 2 other movies I want. Actually, I just added 2 more. I want to know more about the guy who wants to know about the ties. So Donald gets fired from Harrods. He gets fired from Harrods, and he trashes the store. He comes back, and they're like, well, we'll hire you back if you go through a mental health inspection. But you seem pretty good, because the guy that took your job worked one day, and he got 2 ear infections. And he went back to Ibiza. So he comes back, and... this guy goes, hey, where are the ties? And Donald's like, go to the second floor, blah, 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 blah. And then his boss goes, do you work here? And then the guy looks at him. So his boss asks Donald, are you back? Do you work here now? The guy looks at him and goes, do you work here? And then Donald's like, doesn't say anything. The guy goes, do you? And then Donald's still thinking, saying nothing. And again, the guy goes, "Do you?" I mean, that's a good bit. If you're just going to watch this movie, go to like the 1 hour mark and just watch this really strange interaction from this guy who wants a tie.
Yeah, it was the perfect combination of like funny, heartfelt, and like quirky. Like it wasn't humor you usually see.
No. Do you? And then just the fact that he kept going back to the well. And then also, I want to know how Donald learned to drive boats, motorcycles, airplanes, and I want to know when they're playing that Scrabble banana game, why so Rose Byrne.
We own that game.
Oh, see, I think I had it too, but I've never played it. But Rose Byrne's playing glow. She's spelling out glow, sun, potter, fiddle, openness, dance. Donald is spelling out mummy, alone, pain, help, broken, bear, numb, lost, and abandoned. He has issues.
It's amazing.
So he knows how to fly airplanes, motorcycles, boats. He wipes out on a bicycle, which is which fits with his world because it's insane.
Right.
And he also has extreme family issues that manifest themselves frequently, which he has not dealt with.
Absolutely. No, so I love in gags like the banana split game they're playing, which is a great game. But again, her having Potter and hers, and then him having all, like, I love those things. My favorite Scrabble gag was the anti-gag in Superman Returns, where he's like crash landing and then his house like goes all shaky and the Scrabble board starts shaking. And it was in the trailer and everybody's like, what's on the Scrabble board? And there wasn't one reference on the Scrabble board whatsoever. Bryan Singer was just like, no, I'm just going to put random words there. And people were like diving into it. It's like, oh, it's got to tell us something about, no, it didn't, not a thing. Not a thing was foreshadowed there. It was brilliant.
I'm going to do that in all my movies. I want to I know they mess with people in the Avengers, but I want to release a trailer where 20-second trailer and people do 1 hour think pieces on what everything means and it just means nothing. Right. Why was there a hot fudge sundae in Thanos' hand? Does that mean he's on Earth in the 1950s? Like, no, man, Thanos blows hot fudge sundaes.
I want to do a podcast where we just review the guys that tear apart the Avengers trailers, but after the movie comes out, where it's like all their wild, outrageous theories are just blown out of the water.
Just do a podcast about the bad predictions for Avengers movies.
Yeah, because they take it so seriously. They're like, in this scene, there's a picture of Scott Lang. However, I feel that it's CG'd in there, and actually, Scott Lang will be part of the off-site, out of frame crew that's still there. And I'm like, it seems like a long, like, just use another shot. Like, it seems like the Marvel movies have really become their own thing.
Yeah,
they're more than cinema right now.
That's why I love Unbreakable. You've seen Unbreakable, right?
I love it.
A guy gets into an accident, realizes he has powers, then realizes that the supervillain was destroying things to see if people would survive. It's so straightforward.
Yeah.
That I don't even think is there a twist? There's no twist in Unbreakable, is there?
Well, I think the twist is that he is a superhero, right? I think that's the twist, that he accepts it.
Yeah, but
because the whole time you're thinking he's crazy. The whole movie you're thinking that Glass is crazy.
Yeah, but that's not too much of an aha, right? It's a twist,
not
but
for
it's
M.
not.
Night.
It's not like a chub. Yeah. On the M. Night scale of stolen carrots, that's a 1.
That's a 1, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, this movie though, and I'm so glad. How did we discuss? I just brought this up, and then you said you want. I think one day you asked me very seriously, Mark, how do you feel about? And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then what do you feel about Peter Rabbit? I'm like, oh, I love Peter Rabbit.
No, it's so. Here's what I'll say, and this, as a dad, it's rare. Now I know that Toy Story and Shrek changed the game, where it was like we're gonna make movies enjoyable for both parents and kids on different levels at the same time, and I get that, but as a dad, it's harder than you'd think to be able to find a movie you'll put on and the whole family will actually enjoy it.
Got it.
To sit down and just like digest it and really, and I'd say there's a handful that my family has. So like the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, like those movies are near perfect.
I watched the third one, and it is brilliant.
It's brilliant. They're brilliant.
Did you watch the third one yet?
Not yet. I'm taking my kids this week. It's a surprise.
Now, a quick question for you, and I'm derailing our podcast, and I'm derailing your thought, but I'm going to do it because this is the Movie Films and Flicks podcast.
I'm sticking with my thought.
Now,
yep.
You're in a theater, right? And it's How to Train Your Dragon 3, so all the kids making noise you're totally fine with, because kids make noise in theaters. That's what they do. It's part of the fun watching a kids' movies. They're yelling and they're having fun. However, There was a woman next to me who was eating large popcorn, eating one crunchy kernel at a time with her mouth open.
Oof.
She snapped it, went, and then. Now, after about 30 minutes of me almost pulling my hair out, I just kind of said, "Hey, can you keep it down a little bit? Is that okay theater etiquette to ask somebody not to eat one?"
I think so.
And then she got kind of offended. She's like, "I didn't think I was making noise," and she threw the popcorn away to the side and got angry at me. And then I went and got popcorn. That probably even annoyed her more.
But her choice to get angry is not affected on you speaking your truth.
Yeah, I just couldn't listen. I didn't know if I was becoming too grumpy. Like I'm this 36-year-old dude sitting in the theater at How to Train Your Dragon 3 telling a woman to not chew popcorn so loudly.
No, I don't think you're being grumpy. I think that with what we pay for movie tickets these days, I want to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I was sitting there. I missed I couldn't focus. But yeah, back to your point. Sorry.
Yeah, so like those movies are great. Like The Iron Giant is one that is near perfect. And the whole family like gets together and watches that. So Peter Rabbit, like when we watched it, and I was like, not only is this like watchable, so I think like the brony phenomenon.
Yeah.
I think that stems because there's so much tripe in girls' television that when My Little Pony came out, dads around the world were like, I can watch this with my daughter and not go crazy.
Yeah.
Like I can kind of get into like, and I think they're like, oh, then there's this like affection for a show that they could enjoy with their daughter. But Peter Rabbit, I felt it wasn't like funny on two levels. It was just like perfect, enjoyable. We all laughed at the same jokes. We all laughed at the same circumstances. We all like had heartfelt moments at the same moments. Like it wasn't doing the Toy Story thing where it was like, we're going to make double entendre jokes, but also be a kid's movie. It was just a straight up, right down the middle, perfect movie.
And the soundtrack even as well. So you have Len, Steal My Sunshine from the 90s, the Go soundtrack. We probably remember that. And
Absolutely.
then they had Mike Shinoda come back, 10% fame, 20. He recorded new lyrics for this for Will Gluck. You had Vampire Weekend doing songs. Portugal the Man. The soundtrack was so poppy and so eclectic. I loved, there's old songs, there's new songs. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So we downloaded the soundtrack. I put it onto a CD. We listen to it in the car all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I kind of want that. It sounds fun. I've been listening to I got Muse tickets, so we've been listening to the latest album, getting caught up on all the Muse stuff. But maybe I'll start jamming out to that when I'm demused.
So when my family's in the car, we listen to the Peter Rabbit soundtrack, and then when it's just my daughter and I, we drive around dramatically listening to the Doctor Who soundtrack.
It was Mamma Mia 2 for Megan and I for a while. Megan had that soundtrack in her car, so we were jamming out to ABBA as sung by actors for a long time.
When I first got married, I had a 1993 Chevrolet Blazer.
Oh.
And we went on this road trip up to Northern Ontario. And it was like a 27-hour drive. But it was like 2002. But we didn't have a CD player in the car. We just had a tape player. And so we stopped at this little variety store, and they had tapes for sale. And I was like, yeah, we need to buy a tape and listen to tapes on our way up there. So we just bought whatever tapes they had because they were like 99 cents. So the first tape we put in was John Mellencamp's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
That got stuck in there for 3 years.
Ooh, Wild Nights.
But all I could listen to for 3 years was the best of John Cougar Mellencamp.
I had Foghat Live in my 98 Ford Ranger cassette player for years.
That's fantastic.
And I found that at a gas station.
Yeah, we lived the same life, just the American and Canadian version of it.
I'm going to hijack this again.
Do it.
Foghat Slow Ride is a song that a lot of people know me for. I've written data articles about it on Movies, Films, and Flicks. I mean, my buddy DJ got me a hat that said fog on it. Like a trucker hat that said fog. I mean, everywhere, whenever people hear Foghat, they send me pictures of their satellite radio with Foghat, or if Foghat's on a show, they'll send me the show with Foghat.
Amazing.
Now, when I listen to Slow Ride, it's so long that I feel like a different person after it's done. So I love the idea of Foghat, but listening to the entire, Boogie Motel, all their kind of, Fool for the City albums, but listening to Slow Ride all the way through in a live concert is painful. I just got to get that out in the world. I got to get that off my chest. And
I would say Slow Ride is like an anomaly for Foghat. It doesn't sound like the rest of their songs.
No, it doesn't. They're like, Fool for the City. Like they're much more, Boogie Motel.
Yeah, they're like a blues-based pop band. And then Foghat just kind of, or not Foghat, but Slow Ride comes out of nowhere and it's this whole other thing.
Yeah, like I just want to make love to you, like the bluesy, yeah, very much so. Then I just think Foghat hits so hard in the beginning, and then by the 4th minute of the 3rd guitar solo, you just don't want any more of it.
You don't. And that's coming from a guitar player.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever fallen asleep soloing to Slow Ride?
I haven't, but when I was in high school, my high school like metal band, we covered Slow Ride, and we only did one solo half as long. We were like, let's not do this.
You did the radio edit.
We did the radio edit. We saved our solos for Freebird.
Yeah, you can't cut Freebird.
No, that Freebird works at 14 minutes long. It's not boring.
It never gets boring. I love Freebird in Elizabethtown. Everyone gives that movie stick, but I love that Freebird performance at the end.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I think I would rather watch this 90-minute movie than listen to Slow Ride live.
So, children and adults watch movies differently.
Yeah.
And so, I'm much like yourself. I'll watch a movie multiple times. But kids can watch movies over and over and over and over and over again, no problem. And so, after Christmas, my son bought my daughter Peter Rabbit for Christmas.
Oh.
The week between Christmas and New Year's, I think they watched it 8-9 times.
Wow. I could do it.
Never got not funny.
I mean, because there's so much to it. You know what I've found is that my favorite movies to rewatch, right? Or my favorite movies in general, Royal Tenenbaums. There's so much richness in the production design. Hot Fuzz. Yeah. There is so much to Hot Fuzz. You almost need to watch it 10 times to get everything. Actually, that movie once. But just the music, so you can just play that. You can just put it on just to listen to the music. But some of my favorite, like Evolution, I love the relationship between Orlando Jones and Duchovny, and I always find new facets to that. Knight's Tale.
Evolution was one of the first 3 DVDs I bought.
No, that's so, dude. I love that movie. Sean William Scott, Orlando Jones, and Duchovny hanging out, and Julianne Moore falling all over the place. I love it.
So much going on.
I mean, Orlando Jones was underrated back in the day, but this one, dude. There's just there's these scenes where we haven't tackled 80% of the stuff I have notes on, but there's the stuff that I was falling off. I mean, I guess we can talk about it in the next break, but there's a scene in this movie where Donald Gleason, I know he has a name, Tom, but I keep saying Donald, he's coming in the house and there is the, what is it, like the badger?
Yes.
Yeah. And so the badger, everyone's hiding, but the badger's standing on top of a table and Peter Rabbit's going, now you're a tablecloth. And then he poses another way.
Now you're a candelier.
Yeah, a candelier. And then he puts somehow, this is what I'm amazed about. This badger puts a lampshade over his head and puts a light in his mouth, and the light works.
Again, I don't know the rules, and I don't care.
Yeah, so a badger can conduct electricity in this world.
So but I have on more than one occasion walked into my living room with my daughter in a ball on the table, saying to me, I'm a lazy Susan.
Oh, yeah, lazy Susan. Yeah, at the end, I'm a lazy Susan.
And he's spinning. It's amazing.
And he can conduct electricity.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's got the badger power.
All right, so hey, listen, we got a lot more to talk about. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more Peter Rabbit. And we're going to put together our all-animated farm attack squad when we get back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And normally after the first 40 minutes, I'm pretty much peaked. as to what I'm going to talk about with these movies, but I think the stuff that we've talked about, I haven't gone through 80% of what I've written down. I mean, there are scenes in this movie where carrots are thrown as projectiles and they stick in ceilings. There is a scene where I believe it's 2 rabbits with mice on their back. And these mice are jousting with carrots. There is in the beginning scene, there's a frog that I don't think we ever see again, but I love. Oh. And there is a frog who is fishing. And it made me so happy to just watch a frog just go, there's easy ways to do things. And what is this frog going to eat? Do frogs eat large fish?
I think this frog does. So he has his own book, eh?
Oh, does he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher.
Oh. He's Jeremy Fisher?
That frog was Jeremy Fisher.
Oh, so he fishes?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
And he was like a very specific character that Beatrix Potter wrote. Almost as big a deal as Peter Rabbit.
Oh, see, I knew I liked him because they focused on him. I never saw him again. I'm like, I miss this frog. I love this frog.
I think he's going to be a major player in the sequel.
I hope so, because I love a frog who takes fishing poles out and fishes.
And my wife, as like a Potterphile, like was like, "There's the fisherman!" Like she just like lost it, Benjamin Fisher or Jeremy Fisher. She was like, she freaked out when she saw him because she was like, "This is going to be a good movie," because there was Jeremy Fisher.
Was there any friction between Potterphiles and Harry Potter fans as to what a Potter fan is?
I don't think. Here's where I'm going down with this. I'm gonna make a statement here, and I'm not sure if we can get. I don't think Harry Potter fans are aware of Beatrix Potter fans, and I don't think Beatrix Potter fans think Harry Potter is literature. I really think they're 2 separate entities completely.
So they would have like a news team Anchorman fight.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That is a movie we need to make called Potter World.
Oh. And they just fight?
It's what it would be is the premise of the movie would be, and we would both star in it, is we would be
and be associate producers.
Right. We would be entrepreneurs that met at a pottery class. And so we want to open up our own pottery store. But to generate the money for that, we need to run a pottery convention first. And then we'll take the proceeds from the pottery convention to open our own store. So we call it Potter World. And then we don't get anybody interested in pottery at all.
Yeah, our first one is a dud, right?
All that show up is a bunch of Harry Potter fans and a bunch of Beatrix Potter fans. And so then the movie is us trying to like run around kind of like Abbott and Costello style and fix up and make the convention seem like it's like we're drawing lightning bolts on pots and we're like putting rabbits on, like we're just trying to make it seem like it's their money's worth, trying to keep their money the whole time.
So it's like Clerks or Empire Records.
Yes. It's exactly what it's like.
But it's our day just selling pots to Harry Potter and Beatrice Potter fans.
Right. And there will be a riot when the 2 meet and they say like, there comes a moment where you're like, the 2 gangs like converge on us and they're like, is this a Harry Potter or Beatrix Potter situation? And then we have to make a choice. It's a real Sophie's Choice at that point.
And then Daniel Sophie's Choice, Kramer versus Kramer. And then Daniel Radcliffe busts in.
Right. He does bust in. He kills it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's who would be a good crossover actor?
You would really think that we would, so you think that we would pick a side?
Yeah, I think we would do the classic comedy thing where you say Harry Potter and I say Beatrix Potter at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, like, where are you guys going? Uptown, downtown, like that kind of thing where you get caught in the lie. And that would be the moment. But I wonder if there's a crossover actor who would be there just as a fluke, but would have his foot both in the Beatrix Potter world and the Harry Potter world.
All right, so I know that Rose Byrne and Donnell they were both in the Star Wars world, which doesn't help us. And so is James Corden. He's in the new Star. Oh well, no.
And Daisy Ridley.
Oh wow, there's a lot of Star Warsers in this.
Yes.
Now I'm looking at some of the voices here. Sam Neill. What Sam Neill wasn't in Sia.
No. What about? Because there was that Miss Potter movie with Renee Zellweger.
Oh my goodness. Do you want me to look that up real quick?
I'll look up Miss Potter. You stay on.
I'm looking up Colin Moody right now. So Colin Moody, I'm seeing if he. I mean, he was in Chronicles of Narnia. That doesn't help us any. Nope.
So Ewan McGregor was in Miss Potter.
But then he was in Star Wars.
Right.
Has he been in
Emily Watson?
Has he been in a movie with any people? All right. We can do this. We're doing it. We're not quitting here.
No.
So, James Corden was in Doctor Who. That doesn't help us.
What if Ewan McGregor and Daisy
Donald
Ridley...
Gleason was in Harry Potter.
Was he?
Yeah, he was one of the redheads. He was one of the Weasleys.
Perfect. So he shows up
just
randomly
by pots.
mistake. Right. And then both groups think he's there to sign autographs.
And then so he's just signing pots.
Right.
So then we listen, dude, we're just trying to sell pots, but all these people are here and they're going to tear us to shreds. So we're not asking you to just please save our lives because they're going to crash our pots and our fortunes in because throwing.
And he's like, well, can I charge? We're like, yeah, you can charge whatever you want. So he's going to make some money at it.
Yeah. And then be like, hey, can we keep a cut? We'll sell the pots. You'll sell the autographs for $10 a pop to sign, $20 a pop. You get the $20 and then we sell the pots. So we're not taking profit from each other. We're it's a symbiotic. It's like Venom and Tom Hardy.
It's like Venom, Tom Hardy.
You can listen to that podcast. It's very good. It's episode 170 or 171 or 172. One of those. So I can't believe, I bet people are yelling. So we get Donald Gleason. He's signing pots. He is signing pots. And we're selling these pots and he's signing. And so you and I are doing art on them for whatever they want. And then they bring it up and because we're that good. And we got wheels pumping. We're in a convention center. And as you know, convention center with pipes and drapes and unions. I think the union system's pretty strong in Canada, correct?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, you can't really bring in friends to set up. So we're paying the union to set this up. We have electricity. We have vendors. I mean,
we've put ourselves financially on the line to make this work.
We made a very bad decision dumping about $75,000 into this.
Right.
Plus $100,000 of marketing.
So 100K into Potter World.
And somehow you and I, between just you and I, we have made easily 14,000 pots.
Yes.
Along with other pot vendors. Correct?
Right. We opened it to other pot vendors.
Yeah, and now we charge them
we
for
all
space.
know from class.
Yeah. And, so we didn't charge them. We only got probably $20 from them for their space.
Right.
All right. So we're hoping on tickets, pot tickets, but they can't be expensive. So we're charging $15 for tickets. But word gets out, we sell out. But there's no one.
And we don't understand why. We're like, the ticket sales are going so great.
People are like, hey, when's the panels? I'm like, oh, well, we got pottery at 11, then we have pots and more. All of our panels sound like Harry Potter or Beatrix Potter. How to be a Potter.
Like cauldrons, making cauldrons.
Yeah. Or I like how to be a Potter. Oh, Beatrix Potter.
Yes.
So everyone's we have just
the art of Potter. Yes.
Oh, yeah, the art of Potter. How to Potter. We just kind of have that. How to write a Potter. But
we could have a guy with a huge beard who's really good at making pots, and he can call himself Harry Potter. Yep,
we have Harry Potter. We have Harry Potters here. How to write a Potter script, but basically what we're saying is how to write a pottery, proposal or book. How to write a Potter book. But it's just about pottery. And so we have a local expert there who's taken very nice photos. And we have a local journalist who's really explaining how to caption those photos.
And then at 3:00, we have a Potter reading. But what it is, it's an old-timey soothsayer that smashes a pot and tells your fortune.
Yeah, mini pots. You can buy them for $5 and he smushes them. And we recycle those, of course. So the thing is, everything that we're doing can tie into pot. So people are sitting into how to write a Potter book.
Right.
But the advice they're giving is very good. Here's the photos. Here's the 3-act structure. This is what you should do so these kids are learning about they could take these skills to write a Potter book, even though we're talking about pottery, and we're putting you get the smart decision to put little sticky notes inside the mini pots that are being smashed about Harry Potter or Beatrix Potter.
On the fly, we're just like, as they're smashing them, I'm writing.
Yeah, you're just there. You have a Sharpie. You have 3 Sharpies behind your ears. I mean, we make
brown on brown can work.
Yeah, and then at the end of the night, since we were selling pottery and we went $100,000 in debt, and we paid Donald handsomely, we leave with $8 in our pocket, enough to go to the Wayne Gretzky's bar and get a beer to celebrate.
That's right. We did it. And we're not happy. Like we didn't make money, but we survived.
Yep.
Right? That becomes the thing, survive.
And then the place come back, they're like, oh, we can't wait to see you next year. We're thinking attendance is going to be huge. So big things are coming for us.
Right. And there'll be an end credit scene.
One
just
year
like one little kid picking up a pot, and like then he smiles like, I'm going to be the next big Potter.
Like in Last Jedi?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, this pottery movie is brilliant.
Oh no, I think it's going to happen.
I mean, we just explained an entire film.
No, and I'd say flawless writing.
I mean, like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just goofy enough to work, right?
But
like, remember when Wizard World, where I met you, happened? There was also a Harry Potter convention down the road. No, yes, there was like a March, because of the March break thing, and it was called the Wizarding World. It was like an off-brand Harry Potter thing. So people kept coming to Wizard World with the wrong tickets.
Oh, goodness.
Because I remember that was like one of our jobs, was like stand by the door and make sure that if people have the wrong tickets, then tell them to get out of line because this is not where they need to be.
And we just had a bunch of Buffy people there.
Yeah, we had all kinds of Porkins walking around.
No, the Buffy cast, right? We didn't have.
Yeah, we had Ray Park. He came late.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
but then he did some cool stuff with those kids that waited for him.
Yeah, he's good to his fans.
Yeah, and also Anakin was there, young Anakin, Jake.
Oh yeah, Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, he was there.
And
looking
young
like a pirate.
And young Boba, right?
Right. Yeah, young Boba Fett was there.
Yeah.
And Iron Sheik was there, and he was freaking me out.
I still have the picture with you and John where we're holding Green Lantern rings.
Yeah. That was the first time I plunged in and dressed up as something.
Yeah, you were the core. You were the Green Lantern core.
Yep.
Nice.
We did all that. That's back in the day. But anyways, so the Harry Potter thing could happen.
Oh, we could write the script. It's already written, actually. And we're already associate producers.
100%. Nobody can even make a movie about a failed convention of any kind without giving us a little cut. It's here. Copyright Mark and Adam right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna record this, put it on a CD, and send it to myself in a sealed envelope.
Right, 100%.
That's
what you do with how to copyright your music. If any kids are listening and that want to copyright music in the 90s, just print it off and mail it to yourself.
I mean, it still works because it's sealed, right?
Yeah, but you got to be like registered mail.
Oh, okay. So just go to UPS and pay for the registered mail.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Now, back to I have a couple more things for you for this Peter Rabbit. And Gleason and Byrne are adorable together.
Adorable.
I mean, too adorable.
Yep.
There's a scene, so they're coming back. Donald Gleason said, if there's a sequel, I want to do it, but I need to be in more scenes with Rose Byrne. So he loves working with her.
Well, who wouldn't, though?
I mean, just her work. I mean, she's good. Rose Byrne, she's funny, she's serious. She's been in some good horror movies, Insidious, 28 Weeks Later. She's been in some good comedies, Neighbor, Get Him to the Greek. She's amazing. I remember nothing about Get Him to the Greek except for Rose Byrne being awesome.
Yeah.
Spy, that's one of my favorite comedies. Bridesmaids, just her. Like,
so is it like legit for you and I to admit that like I love Bridesmaids?
No, what's wrong with that? That movie's great.
It's just I know, but it's like very much marketed to females. Like it's very much like a, hey, let's go out and have a girls' night at the movies. Movie.
I mean,
but it's so funny.
Yeah, people pooping in the streets. That scene where Rose Byrne and Kristen Wiig are one-upping each other at the engagement party. It's one of the most cringe, and then there's the raccoons eating the cake. So
Kristen Wiig is dynamite in everything she does.
Now, this is going to sound weird, and I want to ask you if this question sounds good, but I love the movie Spy. Have you seen the movie Spy?
Yes.
Now, there's a line in this movie where Melissa McCarthy tells Rose Byrne that she looks like a slutty dolphin trainer. And I want to know if the joke was written and they made the dress, or if the dress was made and Melissa McCarthy or Paul Feig improv that.
I think it seems responsive.
So you think that it was improv?
Yeah, I think it was response to that dress.
I kind of want to tweet the director and just say, hey man, what came first? The dress,
the dolphin, or the joke?
Yeah. But she's great in this movie. I mean, she's sitting there, there's explosions going on, and she's painting a fight song. And then that Land Rover that Donald drove is a 1969 Series 2A model that has a 2,250cc petrol engine, and it is going for auction for apparently 15,000 euros, which seems like a steal.
Halvesies?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. Let's sell some pots, and let's buy. I mean, you and I could split this thing just fine. I mean, getting it back and forth would be a beast, but we could do it.
Yeah,
we could do it. I want this thing.
I think we start a GoFundMe account.
Yeah.
Where we fund the movie Potter World with the promise that everybody, here's the promise, here's the catch. Anybody who donates, when the movie makes a profit, we're going to buy that Land Rover and then come take them for a ride.
Yeah, anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, we'll drive up there, we'll road trip, and we'll go get ice cream.
You and I spent 7 years on the road and $3 million traveling all over the world.
Right. But Potter World's going to make so much money that's just going to be a drop in the bucket.
Now, a couple more things. I love the bit in the beginning where Peter Rabbit says that Sam Neill cuts grass angry. I mean, that's a good bit. And then you see him drinking out of a bird feeder and doing asbestos and eating cake at the same time.
Right? Like, they really... and I think that was like, this clearly was not Peter Rabbit's fault. They had to really... They're like, we got in trouble for the BlackBerry thing. We need to not make our main character a straight-up murderer in the first scene.
And then I like the scene where they're going into the garden, and Daisy Ridley says, what happens if I lose one of my legs? And then you'll call me Stumpy for the rest of my life. And I just wobble, but this, and then, like, I act like everything's okay, but the scars are on the inside.
Yes.
And then I love when Peter just goes, it's okay, we're family, you can say what you want. That's a nice touch. So she says something really weird, and he's like, it's family, it's a safe place. No judgment.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is a real family movie, right? And even like, you think, okay, they blew up the burrow, crushed her house, but there's this innate thing where like, family can really do some nuts things, and forgiveness is just around the corner.
They really they forgive each other for a lot. I mean, they know their brother. I think what I like the most is that Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail know that Peter is full of himself. I mean, they're extremely talented engineers who can take obstacle courses with wheelbarrows like no one. So I think they're maniacs in themselves, but they also put up with Peter because they know he's the oldest and he dealt with that loss really strongly.
Right. But even the dynamic of like which girl is really the oldest.
Yeah. The family seemed to have told all three of them, right?
Right.
I mean, man, I like it. And then I love the scene where he's getting fired and they're like, oh yeah, it's nepotism. And then she's like, this is Great Britain. It's written on our charter. And then he just goes, give me the promotion. Give me the promotion. Such a weird scene.
Yeah. My favorite scene of him and Harrods was with the model rocket ship. And he's like, it's not at the right angle. Yep. And he's like, there'll be a young girl aspiring to be the first woman to walk on the moon. She's going to see this, know it's at the right angle, and be upset. And I was like, that is not a necessary moment, but I'm happy that it made the cut.
I mean, it explains his character, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, so many more things. There's a scene where Rose Byrne gives Donald Gleason, what do you call them, binoculars. And she's like, they're for bird watching. He puts binoculars he starts looking, he sees a bird, and he goes, there's one. And then he goes,
writes down bird. bird?
Yeah, and then he goes, it has wings. So this is a guy who's very good, and they shot in Harrods. First movie to ever shoot in Harrods, and they shot at night. They shot from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. in secret. They shot in Harrods. No movie's ever done. Yeah, no movie's ever done that before.
Do you think that the Potter family being involved in this gave this movie some weird clout in England?
780,000%.
Yeah.
But he sees a bird and he says, it has wings. So does he... This is a man who knows how to fly a plane, ride motorcycles. He's a very good manager at Harrods, of an institution in London.
Right.
And he is surprised that birds have wings.
Well, do you think he's just trying to say something? Like, there's a girl here that's pretty, I need to say something. And so he's like, it has wings.
I mean, I guess he could be flummoxed, but it seemed very earnest to me when he said it. So, yeah. I mean,
well, I love what he wrote down in the book. He just wrote down bird.
Yeah, at the end,
he's
writes
keeping
down,
track.
And then that book comes back later and he says pigeon. It's all pigeon in London. Pigeon. Now, there's another scene where she walks up to him and they're talking, and he's talking about the gate, right? And he's like, yeah, it's great. It's clean and sturdy. And Rose Byrne thinks she's talking about him. And she's like, oh, wow. And then she says something. And then he goes, no, you're pretty too. She's like, well, I wasn't fishing. Like, that's a funny... I mean, I don't know if kids can get on the fishing joke, but that's like, he says the fence is clean and sturdy, and she takes it as a compliment. And then she's like, oh, well, I'm not fishing.
So I think why their chemistry worked so well is because it wasn't the classic dorky guy meets beautiful girl. It was like they were both really dorky people.
Lunatics.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like, I'm happy they found each other.
Yeah. Because they they don't seem to ever have past relationships. No. And they're in their 30s. So.
But you must have friends like this too. Oh, yeah. I've got a couple friends where I'm like, they'll meet someone, get married. I'm like, I'm happy you guys found each other because I can't imagine anybody else marrying you. Like, I'm your friend and I love you, but like, I don't imagine this is the only person I can see. And then you guys are so blissfully happy together.
Yeah, these two are on the same weird level. Like, cause she doesn't mind the fact they spins around in circles shooting spray stuff and then squirts himself. He doesn't know how that works. He uses it. And then he shoots himself. He uses it perfectly. Then he shoots himself in the eyes with it.
A man who's so down on keeping things clean that he cleans with a toothbrush in the toilet.
He doesn't know how the spray bottle works.
No.
I love this world. And also, I want to know the relationship between Rose Byrne and the guys in the local hardware store.
So that's the movie. When you're talking movies you want to see, I want to see the hardware store movie about those two guys.
She tells them everything.
Yeah. They know all about her.
I mean, she immediately went there and told them everything. So what did they say? Oh yeah, like, oh, so you moved here, but you're moving it just to sell so you can move back to London and open a toy store next to Harrods so you can get them out of business. And then Donald goes, I think this is my favorite line. He goes, that is incredibly accurate and disappointing.
Oh. Yeah, this is just firing on all cylinders, this movie.
And then he goes, I do understand the basics of fundamental things, and then the door won't close. And I'm like, yeah, it's really difficult. Now, my favorite part, dude, is the rib breaking.
Yes.
I mean, well, yes. And there's an entire bit about Donald getting hit in the nuts with bunnies shooting slingshot tomatoes and blackberries at his nether regions. But the rib breaking, she just willy-nilly keeps breaking her ribs.
Well, because the farm animal or the forest animals throw like the biggest rager since season 4 of Smallville. Like it's just this party happening, and it's literally like when you watch like the high school movie parties and you're like, oh, that's going to be a mess to clean up and blah 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 blah. But this is like animal filth on top of that, and you're like, well, it was unsettling watching these animals party, but then she just falls down. Like she just jumps off willy-nilly and just like face plants against the floor. And then concerningly, and it starts off, she goes, I think I broke a rib. And then Peter says like, oh, you've got 13. More than one, 13 of them. And she goes, oh, and she runs in, she jumps off. She's like, I got 13, so that's okay. Like it's a very, like child and money relationship.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I've got money, I should spend it. It's like, why don't you save it? Well, I have money, I'll spend it. And so she's like, I got ribs, I'll break them.
And then when they learn, oh, you have 13 on both sides, she jumps off the car and breaks another one. After she had broken 4. She's like, oh, now you're down to 19.
Yeah. And it's just like, just for the fun of doing it.
Do you think she really wants to break Rose Byrne's ankles at the end?
So here's the thing about movies, and you often see it in like training montages with like masters and ninjas and stuff, and they're like full out swinging swords at each other that would like clearly kill somebody if the student's not on his game. So they have the intention and ability and method to kill, but they just out of circumstance don't. And I think and then because of the wise master, they're always like, I was never going to kill you, but you might have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a chance.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when they're swinging sword, yeah, in these movies where people are swinging axes at each other, what if they dip instead of dodge?
Right. So I think that like they could have broken the ankles, and there might have been like, the viable threat of it, but I don't think it was in her heart to break those ankles. Because those rabbits love her, man. They go to her house and just hang out all the time.
Yeah, they're big Rose Byrne fans. Now, another very funny moment is at the end when they look at Rose Byrne and Donald like, oh, what are you two married? And then Donald tries to get on his knee to propose.
And she just says, get up.
That was improv, right?
That had to be. And they were like, keep it. Like, I think he made the joke, and then she just stayed in character, and it was the greatest take ever.
How awesome would it have been working with these two?
Well, this movie, so
it was a hard time filming though, from what I heard.
Yeah, because I'm saying like it watching it, like this maybe was the most fun movie ever made, but all the like shenanigans are off screen, like they're not there. They're acting against nothing, and I don't know, man. Like I think that would be the like I act like I was in plays, and I kind of do that still. I think acting against nothing would be very, very hard, especially in a very physical comedy movie like this.
You know what's interesting? You remember when Megan said, or maybe you said it, but Michelle Williams took Venom because she wanted to learn how to act with that kind of stuff. That's why these guys took this movie. And Donald, I have this thing where he's like, so he took it for he took this movie for the physical comedy, and he put, we did a lot of prep for a couple reasons. One was that because the rabbits aren't actually in the room, obviously. They haven't trained rabbits to wear jackets and beat the crap out of me and speak and stuff. The reactions had to be really planned out in advance. If he runs up your leg and punches you in the face, you have to react in a chain reaction that looks natural, but is also funny, and can work with all the stuff that's happened before. So that had to be trained. And then the comic beats of just working out what's actually funny and not leaving it to the day. But that was all really good fun. I loved all that stuff. But that's tough. Yeah. The animation's so good you take it for granted, but Rose Byrne and he were looking at tennis balls for the majority, right, or people in blue leotards that were squat on the ground. And the performances that they got still are very good. I mean, Donald
very believable.
I mean, he had now the amount of faith that they. Well, so she worked with Will Gluck on Annie. Rose Byrne did, so they're friends.
Yeah. He
had to have a lot of faith in this Gluck.
Absolutely.
I mean, because you're getting shot, you're doing. This is a guy who, he's an ex machina. He's been in some big movies, Star Wars, and he has to pull a yoga pose in a scene where he's getting hit in the balls by tomatoes by rabbits.
Oh, and I'm so happy he did.
Yeah.
Like, it just works.
I loved it. I'm a big fan of this movie. So, go for it.
I was gonna say, as I said, my wife is in Peru. And so the kids have been staying up a little later than usual and kind of just doing goofy dad stuff. So my son and I just recently watched Bumblebee, which is dynamite.
So good. So Megan and I watched it and just loved it. So why do they call them Decepticons?
He's never seen the other Transformers movies because they're notably very, very bad.
Oh yeah.
But he was like, so we watched the first one last night, which is the best of the other ones.
Oh yeah. I mean, by a Peter Rabbit country mile.
100%. But what I noticed was noticeably bad looking back at it now when they're interacting with the robots that aren't there, like the little robots, and like it looks very jarring that it's like, oh, Sam Witwicky's doing a thing and then they're going to animate around him and kind of make it work. Whereas in Peter Rabbit, it was seamless to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with I like Shia as an actor, and I actually liked his kind of hero in that movie, this fast talking huckster that you don't really see. Well, hucksters sell small goods. I don't think he's really. Well, no, in the beginning he's trying to sell something. So
he's trying to shickle all his grandfather's stuff.
Yeah, so he is a huckster. Hey, that works great. So I liked how he's a different hero in it. But you have Rose Byrne and Donald Gleason on set.
Yeah.
Right? So that has to be. That's nothing against Shia, or I mean, it's also the time, 2007. I mean, technology's come a long way.
But it was just very noticeable that they shot that and they were like, okay, how do we animate around this? It wasn't planned out like these Peter Rabbit shots were clearly planned out. And again, not just to be able to get the shot, but to make the shot funny.
Oh yeah. This movie's alive. It just sorry about the yawn. This movie's just watch. All right, so if you're watching Peter Rabbit, watch it and just kind of bask in it, and then watch it again and just look at everything in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't talked about the pig yet. We got a lot. We still have our animated squad.
My favorite line or moment was when the rabbits were going to plan on just running on the axle of the truck.
Yeah.
And then they just all fall off, and Peter was like, "Yeah, that never would have worked." Like he's like, that would have never worked. It was a failed idea, and I don't know, it's just something about like, I need to be very clear that was a bad idea. Everything he says is so on the nose.
But he's so confident that it's going to work, and then it doesn't, and then he's like, "Yeah, that was stupid." Yeah. I mean, but that's very Corden-esque, and I do like that a pig puts on lip balm and not
lipstick.
Lipstick, jeez Louise.
Yeah, my kids do that bit every day. It's lip balm every day.
Now, I do want, dude, he got Margot Robbie, Daisy Ridley, and Elizabeth Debicki to play penguins, and they were awesome in it. I loved their voice. I loved the lisp of Margot Robbie. I thought that was so much fun, and I don't know. I want more of these bunnies. I love these little things.
Yeah. No, I could go with a spin-off movie of just the rabbits.
I want their technical savvy in a movie. I want them to see their engineering skills. They could lift that tree back up. They could. Do you think they could fix that tree?
Well, they did with a tractor in the end.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, this world takes care of itself.
By the end of the movie, things are back where it is. Now, the moment that got to my wife, and it got to me a little bit, was when he's looking at a picture of his parents, and the narrator says, if we were telling a regular story, this is what their parents would say. And they give him like really sound advice and have a heartfelt moment. And they're like, but we're not telling that story. And then that moment never happens. And then Peter goes on to more shenanigans and whatnot. But it was just like this really earnest, heartfelt moment in the middle of it. We'd like, if the parents were here, they could parent these men.
No, you know what I like though is he said he went for James Corden first. He said because Peter has elements of Ferris Bueller, and that he does stuff, he's often wrong, he's never in doubt, he's charming, he makes big mistakes, and he has to eat a lot of crow. The bigger thing for me, because I have two girls and it manifests itself in the triplets, is that you think that if you're the oldest and a new sister or brother arrives, your world is completely changed. More than any of us. Wait. No, that wasn't it. But he said he had to hire James Corden because he pulled that off. That was my bit. And that's a total different rant about, but I guess what you said is he has no adult supervision, but for some reason, since it's James Corden and he's like a Ferris Bueller, it works.
Right.
I don't think this could have worked with another actor.
No,
As well.
If it wasn't James Corden, I can't pick another guy.
I found the right one. I knew I needed a guy who's able to say things that are crazy, inappropriate, and wrong-headed, but sweet. And you cared about him because you knew it was coming from the right place and had to be British. There's not many like that.
Had to be British.
Yeah, but he's right, though. I mean,
Do you think David Tennant could have pulled it off?
He's just I think he's too old?
Maybe.
David Tennant could. he could play like the rascally uncle who comes back into their lives and is a motor mouth.
I want to say this. I want to say this live right now and trademark it. David Tennant should play Jeremy Fisher the Frog.
Ooh. All right, let's burn a CD and let's certify mail it to ourselves.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
And we're gonna be associate producers on this movie.
Oh no, we gotta get that sweet Peter Rabbit money. Apparently, there's a lot of it to go around.
We gotta get that pottery money.
Yeah, and again, I think it's cool that the budget for this was nice and low, because like the Avengers is gonna make $1 billion
easy,
but the budget's gonna be $300 million.
Yeah.
Right. So profit-wise, like where are you really at?
The return on investment. Yeah, I mean, let's say they spent $50 million for marketing, right? Because you're supposed to do half the budget, but let's say they just did $50 million. They still made $215. That funds another one of these and marketing. And there'll be a bigger budget, 75. They'll pay Corden more. So let's say the second one costs 80. You market for another 50. You have 130. You've still made a solid 85 million after, even after making two movies.
Right.
So it's paid for the sequel and the marketing. And
there wasn't a lot of merchandise that came out with this movie either. I thought for sure we would have had stuffed animals everywhere and kids have been all about it, but it didn't. They didn't really have a marketing machine behind it.
I'm going out on a ledge here. Big one. Okay. It's not a ledge at all. But because of the Netflix and every parent I've talked to, adult, loves Peter Rabbit. So I think the sequel is going to have no problem making money. No, I think it might make more. It only made $115 million in the States, which isn't much if you think about it.
No.
So
still double the budget though.
Yeah, still double the budget for sure. It's just not the blockbuster of say a Pixar or a Despicable Me that makes $1 billion. So the next one I think will clear 160, and then it'll make another probably 300. I think the next one could do 450 worldwide.
Okay,
that's my prediction.
So I also think this is a bit of a sleeper movie where I didn't see it in the theater. I didn't do it or see it until it came on DVD.
I didn't watch till Netflix. I had no urge until I heard everyone raving about it.
Right. So it's not on. Oh no, we just got it on Canadian Netflix as well, but just recently. But it's. I discovered it on DVD, and now I've bought it on DVD 4 times as gifts for people.
Oh wow!
So I think it's the thing that on Blu-ray and DVD that's going to make it's as much money. Like I think the DVD sales are going to be huge for it.
I think parents will buy the crap out of it because just put it on. And Netflix is nice, but I know you can stream and stuff, but it's nice to have that DVD with kids around. Just throw it in.
Kids DVDs are I think way more marketable now than like an adult. That sounds gross, but like
I think
a regular movie
it's
DVD.
Basically just Marvel and big superhero movies and kids movies probably. Unless I'm big into
maybe Star Wars, Star Wars.
I'm big into Criterion, so I get Criterion movies. I like Scream Factory. I think they churn out some really good ones. And if movies like Fallout has a commentary. If movies put a commentary on a Blu-ray, I'll buy it. But I don't think many people do that. So, but no, I mean this. I can't wait to have my niece and nephews in town. I'm gonna pop on Peter Rabbit, and we're gonna have a great time.
Oh, they're gonna love it. They're gonna just die laughing because it's so good.
All right, so good. How do you feel about this? Time for our animated. So we put together an all animated animal squad who could successfully pillage. Oh, we didn't even talk about the Wet Willie scene, but who could successfully pillage a garden.
Okay, before we do this though, when he touches his eye and he says, "I felt brain." Die.
The movie's crazy. Going in the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
But so we each picked 5, and so and then we'll narrow it down to 6, and they could attack any garden and be successful.
Yes.
All right. So can I kick it off?
I want you to kick it off.
I'm going with the raccoon from Incredibles 2.
Okay. Yeah. That crazy raccoon.
He's not stealthy. But he fought a baby with laser vision and special powers to a standstill.
Yeah.
This raccoon would wipe the floor. Donald's not killing it. Sam Neill's not killing it. This raccoon is your muscle.
Right.
I mean, it knows how to square off with people. It's not going to back down. It's tenacious. It wasn't going to give up fighting this child.
No. It's determined like nothing else you've ever seen.
And I think it's just going after trash. It's not going that bad. So I don't think it would totally destroy this guy's garden. I think since it had to scrabble for stuff for so long that it'll be respectful towards the garden and just take what it needs. It won't be like the animals in this movie. So that's my first pick. It's the raccoon from Incredibles 2.
Okay, so I picked Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh.
Ooh.
Because he's always been the victim of people taking things from his garden. Like, he's always a meticulous gardener. And so I think that in this version, he's had enough is enough, and he just snaps. And then he's like, all the vegetables that have ever been stolen from my garden, I'm going to take them back now. Like, the judgment day is here. And he's just unleashing his prowess on other gardens. It's a revenge tale.
And he needs some muscle too, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He's not really that physical.
No, he's a mastermind.
Got it. So he's where the pad is. He's the Danny Ocean, where everyone goes to at the house.
Is the Danny Ocean.
Or the other ocean in Ocean's 8.
Right.
The Sandy Ocean. Oh gosh. The
nice. He's the bulk of it all.
Yeah. All right. My next one, this one's really weird, but I'm getting Pascal from Tangled. He's
my favorite Disney character.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he could blend in, right? He's down for fisticuffs. He'll punch people. He's very loyal. If he's in the garden, he could just blend into a tomato at a moment's notice. He's adorable. He's got a nice little tongue, and I just like him. I like having Pascal around.
That's good.
He's a little
That's great.
He's a little sweetheart.
He is, and you know what? Every team needs like a mascot, and I think Pascal would be the perfect mascot.
He would be legit. Who's your second?
Okay, so here we're gonna get real.
Did Rutger Hauer ever voice an animal?
I was looking hard for a Rutger Hauer reference, and I could not pull one. But I went down a different road here, and I'm gonna say Po from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my gosh! No, no one could stop him.
No, it would just be he would be the guy who would be sitting in plain sight in the garden, and Farmer McGregor comes out, and then Po just kung fu's him to death.
I think would people even fight Po? They would just say, "Okay, Po,
back away slowly."
Yeah, all right, Po, you got it. Would Po? So they've all gone bad, is what we're assuming, right?
No, this is they've all snapped.
Oh wow! Oh man, Po, and he would demolish your garden in a day.
Yeah, it'd be a wasteland when he was done.
It would look like Steel Dawn.
Oh, Steel Dawn starring Po.
Just going around drinking water from everybody.
That's amazing.
Oh, I love it. My third is Sid the Sloth from Ice Age because I'm just a big John Leguizamo fan. I want him to get more work.
Yes.
I mean, he survived the Ice Age and he's friendly. I like Sid the Sloth.
Now, you know sloths are famous for being slow, right?
No, listen. Have you heard my theory about sloths?
No, but I want to desperately.
They're not slow.
Okay.
They are just waiting. I'm dead serious. If sloths were that
kind
slow,
of like dolphins, the dolphins,
they would fly away. Thanks for all the fish. They are just waiting, because if they were, I know they can get in canopies and all that kind of stuff, but if they were really real, the animals in those jungles would have destroyed them by now. When they get in the water and they swim and they look cute, that water is infested with large things that could destroy them.
Right.
When we are not looking, sloths are not slow.
So they're kind of like the weeping angels of the animal kingdom?
Yes. When you have your back turned, they are swinging in trees. They are swinging 70 times in 1 second, and then they stop immediately and look slow. And everyone thinks they're cute. We're all holding them, but those claws are sharp. And so they're just waiting. The government is like Jurassic Worlding these things, and they're slowly integrating them into the world, into political leaders to stage coups. Like, here's a pet sloth, and the sloth just gets his throat slit, takes out generals.
So, Mark, to make a movie, it takes a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So we need to make a smaller scale movie to generate our capital to start Potter World.
Yeah.
What would you think about a low budget movie posing the theory that Sasquatches aren't real? It's been sloths the whole time.
I think so. I mean, they are. It is sloths. There are large sloths. I mean,
Well, just like they're so ferocious when no one's watching, they leave the evidence of a Bigfoot.
Wait, they kill Bigfoots?
No, like the opening scene will discount the famous Bigfoot footage as a hoax, and then the evidence will be like, okay, well, if the Bigfoot footage was a hoax, what about all the other evidence, like the damage left? And it's all just sloths when no one's watching them, like packs of them, causing a ruckus, and so Sasquatches aren't real. It's just sloths that are doing all the damage and leaving all the evidence of a Sasquatch.
I think that's perfect. But I don't think sloths would leave anything. I don't think sloths want to be figured out that they're conspiring to blame Bigfoots. I think they're so stealthy that no one knows.
Okay.
Like, I think they caused a 2008 real estate bubble to burst.
That's fantastic.
No one knows. You see The Big Short, they blame other people. They made an entire movie. The Slavs watched that movie and laughed.
At us.
Yeah, because they did it. And the reason being is that housing market boomed, houses stopped being built, which halted deforestation, which kept their habitats, aka their headquarters, from being demolished.
Right.
Long game. Slavs.
Okay. Long Game. That's the name of our sloth movie, The Long Game.
Wait, the long, wait, The Big Short, the little long?
The Little Long.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
All right. Yes. What is your third pick?
My third pick is Curious George.
Oh.
From, like, the version from the Will Ferrell movie, the Will Ferrell animated cartoon movie with the Jack Johnson soundtrack.
Oh, I love that soundtrack.
Oh, it's fantastic. But I just think, like, he would be one of the characters that hadn't snapped, but he's just curious. He sees this bunch of animals go into the garden. He sees Poe and Rabbit, and he sees like a sloth going over there, and he's just like, "What's going on over there? I'll go check it out. I'll go eat some fruit." And so he's like the innocent like every teenage movie has that like innocent nerd that just shows up by mistake.
Yeah.
That's Curious George.
Because you need that. So this is a gang of criminals. So you need to have the fresh face in there so they can dump all the expository dialogue onto the curious person because they're asking questions and they give them answers, hence expository dialogue.
Whose garden is this? Why are we taking the food? All that kind of stuff.
We can get that through the organic entry of Curious George because he's curious.
Yeah, he's just swinging around. And he's in North America because, the man with the yellow hat brought him over.
And then the man in the yellow hat got shot by Poe one day.
Oh.
But Curious George doesn't know that.
This got real dark.
Oh, man. All right, so I feel weird for introducing my next one, and that's Gromit.
Okay.
Because he's a technical genius, right? I mean, he's clay.
Yep.
And he can grow his own vegetables. He grows amazing vegetables. But if he turns evil, imagine the technical engineering he could do to destroy gardens.
Yeah. That could work. I like what you're talking about.
Gromit gone evil.
So I'm going to change my fifth animal.
Uh-oh. Simply
because of the story arc where Poe killed Curious George's man with the yellow hat. Because my fifth choice was originally going to be Daffy Duck because he's so nuts. Like, he's just this angry, but I'm scrapping that. And I'm going to say near the end of the movie where these animals are attacking the garden, Caesar shows up with an iPad, and he shows Curious George a video of Poe killing his dad, or the man with the yellow hat, and Curious George loses it.
And then it becomes, all like a Point Break scenario.
Yeah.
Where, they had become friends.
Yeah, they had gone on this adventure together, and now it all stopped.
They had to skydive after each other.
Yeah.
And then he has to stop them from their next big garden heist.
Yeah.
And he teams up with Gary Busey.
He teams up with Gary Busey.
Gary Busey Hound Dog.
I love it. I love that so much. Everything about what we're talking about now. So is that the 10?
No, I got you have one more left, don't you? Because I still got to drop one. I
think we got mixed up because I had Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, Poe, Curious George. Yeah, no, and then I had Caesar. So I have one more.
Okay, Caesar from the Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one is the Niffler from Fantastic Beasts because it just would steal with reckless abandon. I mean, it doesn't care what you are; it's just going to steal. It has no conscience. So even when it's a good Niffler, it steals. Imagine when it's a bad Niffler.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, cool. So, that's my fifth. Who's your fifth?
So I feel bad because I'm doing a lot of primates. I feel bad about that, but originally I had a duck in there, but then Caesar had to be the one to show him the iPad because that's only something Caesar could do, and he could do it in that real slow Planet of the Apes kind of here's your mission kind of way. He was an inspiring character more than anything. But my fifth one is the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Whoa.
That tries to poison Indiana Jones with the dates and stuff.
Yeah. And then he gets poisoned himself, right?
Exactly. But he's just an evil monkey.
That's an evil monkey.
He's a henchman monkey. And so he could do a lot of the reconnaissance going in there and making sure the fruit's ripe. And I think he would be a good, smart member of this garden destroying team.
And we could kill him off.
Oh, easily act 1, first death.
He gets killed because he gets to... Wait, no. He gets killed. All right, can I pitch something to you?
Pitch it.
All right, so Curious George gets in with this group. He gets recruited.
I love what's happening right now.
By Caesar, voiced by Gary Busey.
Okay. Gary
Busey, says you got to go undercover, and Curious George is like, sure, I already was because I'm curious.
Right.
But I'm curious to see where this leads, so I'm going to do it. They go in. They find out that he is a cop. They have a gunfight, and this monkey from Raiders gets wiped out first. He's like the buddy in the, Point Break, they have the mask and one guy gets shot and they have to leave him behind because he's shot. That's that monkey. The monkey gets wiped out while we still have to pick our gang. So we have to pick. All right. So Curious George, he joins. So I guess our gang's 5 people, right?
Right.
So then we already have Poe, right?
Yeah, Poe is essential to the story.
Okay, so we have Poe and Monkey. And then, so we need to pick 3 more people to join our gang, because Caesar comes in later, right? Caesar's not part of the gang. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to pick 3 between the 6 of the raccoon from Incredibles 2, the Niffler, Sid the Sloth, Gromit, Pascal from Tangled, and Rabbit. Oh.
So I think the raccoon from Incredibles has to be in there.
Okay.
Because he's like Luca Brasi. He's like he's like the right hand muscle.
He doesn't care for power.
No.
He's just he's the one who's on to Curious George. He knows.
Absolutely he knows.
And he's he's the guy from Fast and the Furious that wants to date Nia, but she dates Paul Walker instead.
Oh,
even though he senses that he's a cop, and he's right.
Yeah, no, he's the smartest guy of the whole crew.
All right, so we have Monkey from Raiders, Poe from Kung Fu Panda, and the raccoon from Incredibles 2. Who else should we toss in it? I can't see Sid the Sloth gone evil. I can't do it.
No, the only way that Sid can make the team is if he's unaware of what's going on. He's just blissfully there.
Yeah. Now,
so
we have a leader.
I think Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rabbit from. If we have a leader, we don't need Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh.
Because Poe's the leader, right?
Poe's the godfather of this operation.
All right, so we have Monkey, who's kind of the crazy one who gets shot. Then we have Raccoon, who's the sidekick, the right hand man. Then we have Poe. So right and left, we have Niffler, Gromit, and Pascal left.
So I think Niffler needs to be there because he's He's the guy who gets stuff. Like he's the hands and feet of this operation.
He's like and he doesn't have a conscience about any of it. Like when they're robbing and surfing, there's a surfing scene. He's just happy. He's totally
surfing scene
with custom sized surfboards. They're all totally. He's fine with whatever goes on. He doesn't even care that they go back for one last robbery.
No, it's all life is one big robbery to him.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't care if we're going for too much. Let's do it. We got one big hit left. All right, so now we got Gromit or Pascal. Now Gromit, we have a leader, right? Like, we're gonna Pascal. I got to see Pascal because he can. We already have our main characters, right? So Pascal's more of, you know what I mean?
He's doing interesting things in the background.
Yeah, Gromit's because we don't really have a technical guy, which could be Gromit. Just imagine Gromit with like an eye patch smoking a cigarette and coming up with, he's the driver.
I see that, but I also see Pascal as being like in the scenes where, Poe was revealing that he killed the man in the yellow hat and he's talking to the raccoon to keep his eyes out. They don't know Pascal's there, and then you see him change color, kind of like a predator.
Yeah.
At the end of the scene. I see that adding some interest to what's going, and the whole time you're like, is Pascal for us or like against us, or like, is he a spy for Gary Busey's Caesar, or like what's going on? And then at the end, it turns out Pascal is the evilest of them all.
He's the Kaiser Sose. There's always the one that they get wrong about being the spy, and they think that's Pascal. Also, I want to see Pascal I want to see him with like a mini blowtorch.
Okay, I'm down with this.
Like for his hands, it's totally normal. So custom,
it's 2-scale blowtorch.
Yeah, I want to see him work that and like cut a little hole in the side of the rock that no one can really see, because then he'll plug it in so he can get in and out of gardens.
Absolutely.
Wow. And then this ends with just another surfing, the exact same ending in Point Break, because it's perfect.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just Point Break for animals. We'll call it Breaking Point because post snaps.
Oh man, I love it. We just can't. We've come up with 3 different movies.
No, it's the Double H, the Hoffmeyer Hodgins trilogy.
The pottery,
the
pottery, the thieving, and then the Slavs.
Yeah, it's happening, man. This is it. This is where it all starts.
And we also brought up about 8 different movies we want to see. So we ended up, we got to, all right, I'm going to certify mail this to myself.
Absolutely. Also, change the subject. You had mentioned online that you're looking for the best Kurt Russell movie for your 200th episode.
Oh, we're breakdowning it.
Are you breakdowning it?
Well, you and I are just going to do it. For our 200th, We're thinking we're going to do Soldier, but you and I got it. We'll do Breakdown.
Breakdown, I think, is his best acting. Not his best movie, but his best acting.
All right, so don't kill me. I watched this when I was young, right? A young, impetuous 14-year-old who was...
And I would say I watched it then, too, and that was a time when movies weren't even good or bad. They were just movies. You're just happy to be watching a movie.
But but when you watched it, I just thought I didn't get that it was a tense thriller that was subtle.
Yes.
And I didn't get that. I just thought it was kind of boring.
Well, I also wasn't married at the time.
Yeah, you're right. So I just wasn't, I really appreciated cinema at the time, but for some reason, it just didn't click with me. So I'm very excited to watch it again, because I told Megan, you're going to like Megan because of this.
Oh, yeah. I already like Megan. She's my best friend.
I told Megan, I don't know if I like Breakdown. She's like, what? So I was like, I need to watch Breakdown again. So you and I got to do Breakdown. But we have to do Constantine, and then we have the movie you told me about.
Night Riders.
And then we could do Breakdown or whatever. I still want to do Goon.
Yeah, we got to get Goon at some point in time.
We got to do Faster.
Are you a hockey fan?
I will. It really peaked in '93 when I played NHLPA '93 a lot, and also I'm a big Tampa Bay Lightning fan, and they've had some good runs. Okay. So when Martin St. Louis, Vinny LeCavier.
Should we do Goon on the night of the Stanley Cup Championships?
When is that?
I don't know.
Let's do that. And You and I have to
figure that out,
we'll do Goon and we'll put together our hockey squad. So we have to pick actors from any. So we did a football squad where it was 3 of us: John Lazovath, John Levengood. John Lazovath picked the Sarlacc Pit as a wide receiver.
Oh, I can get behind
and
this.
And John Levengood had no reaction to it. It's one of my favorite moments because he's like, "What? Huh? What? I think he's a perfect wide receiver." But yeah, so we'll do that. Goon on Stanley Cup Final and a hockey squad.
Absolutely.
Is hockey? Oh wait, hockey is being played right now. It's not playoffs yet.
Not playoffs yet, but when that happens, we'll do Goon.
And we'll release it on that day.
Right.
I love it. All right, cool. Any final thoughts about Peter Rabbit?
If you haven't watched it, regardless of your age or your allergies, just go watch it. If you can't have fun watching this movie, then you can't have fun. Like it's just fantastic.
I'm gonna go watch it again right now, and I might break a rib on the way down. We'll see. I'm tempted.
That's good. That's good. I want you to break a rib, and then when you're in the waiting room,
extreme pain,
and you're filling the thing, and say cause, and you say inspired. I was imitating Peter Rabbit, because remember when like there was all those violent shootings, people were like blaming the Matrix.
Yep.
I want people to start blaming Peter Rabbit for rib injuries.
Wait. Oh, we just got a question come in from my brother.
Okay.
He actually sent us a bunch. Has there ever been another cartoon movie where the actor doing the lead voiceover made a joke about who she was in real life?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, that's tough.
No, I remember being amazed by it. I think Tom Hanks made a Forrest Gump reference in one of the Toy Story movies.
It's had to have happened in Shrek, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tangled?
I think so.
Beavis. Wait, South Park?
Yeah, I can't think of any specific moments, but I know that there is one that I remember like thinking, oh, he's talking about himself.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is a great question though. Your brother is a great man.
All right, so we'll answer this on the next one. He also asked, do you think Donald Gleason will ask his agent to find him a movie where he doesn't get beaten up, got roughed up in Star Wars 2? Well, he's doing a sequel to this.
Yeah.
So maybe he likes it.
I think Nicolas Cage made a reference to Nicolas Cage in Teen Titans Go.
He did.
He played Superman.
Yep, he did. And also they made references in the latest. Didn't they make references in Incredible Spider-Man? No, Into the Spider-Verse. Didn't they kind of make...
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there you go. And it was the Teen Titans one where I was like, ah.
And then Donald Gleason. I mean, I think he likes this because Ex Machina was very good, but it's very thought-provoking, beautiful movie. But I think he likes it, and he wants to hang out with Rose Byrne more.
Yeah, 100%. Ex Machina blew my mind when I saw it. I didn't know. I went in cold, not knowing anything about it.
Blew my mind. She should have gotten the Oscar for that, and not Danish girl. Alicia Vikander. She's so sly in that movie. All right, I got 3 more. We'll knock out real quick. Why didn't it get a higher Rotten Tomato score? Because it was more relatable to adults. Now, it's in the 50s. I think a lot of people just had their knives out ready to dislike it. And critics, they said he was insufferable. I don't know. I've been to movie screenings, right? So I've been to some, I go to critic screenings, and it seems like the knives are out. If they all took their kids or nieces and nephews to Peter Rabbit, I think people would like it more.
Yeah, there's some movies you need to enjoy with a child. But I would say it didn't get the specific reason it did not get a higher Rotten Tomatoes reading was because the rabbits ate all the good tomatoes and left the rotten ones behind.
Yes. My brother, I went the Land Rover he was driving. Sorry, not a question. Then he wrote, are there any other actors who can go from calm to anger as fast as Donald? Nick Cage. Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Pacino.
Christopher Walken.
Can Meryl Streep blast it pretty quick?
She can. And you know who else can?
Denzel.
Denzel. But there is a movie.
Martin Lawrence.
Oh, okay. I got to check this out.
I keep jumping. No. I mean, Will Ferrell can do it. Mark Wahlberg's very good at it.
Who is that blonde? There's a movie came out in the 90s and it was like about a obsessed
Chris Farley.
mother.
Oh,
Chris
are you
Farley.
talking about Serial Mom?
Yes.
Because that's
No.
Christine. She could do that too. She'd be great.
I think it was Kelly McGillis.
Oh, yeah. She could do. Rose Byrne could do it.
Rose Byrne could definitely do it.
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu.
She could do it.
Yeah.
Set it up.
Xena Warrior Princess. She got pretty angry
Wait,
sometimes.
that's Lucy Lawless.
Oh, right. That's what I was thinking. Lucy Lawless.
Allison Janney.
Lucy Liu I don't trust.
Oh, Olivia Colman in The Favorite.
Ooh.
She's very good. Yeah. That's a good one. And then the last one was Rose Byrne normal or borderline crazy in the movie? So I
think she's crazy.
In our world, she's crazy, but in that world, she is normal.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Well, there was a small part of me that expected at the end of this movie to her like fade to white and then wake up from a coma with like a stuffed bunny on her bed, and she had this fever dream.
Yeah.
She went into a coma, and her favorite book as a child was Peter Rabbit, and it was like, oh, it was all just like a figment of my imagination.
What is a Logan? Not Logan's Run. A Salem? No, what's the movie?
Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder. But
Jacob's Ladder situation. So, I like that you went to Logan's Run though. That was fantastic.
I saw that. I think it's on Amazon Prime now, so my brain just kind of went there. So I think in this world she's normal.
Yeah.
But in that world she's normal, but in our world, No. Yeah. Not normal. Normal. No. Not normal.
Even just the idea of like, here's my good paintings and bad paintings. Which one of those I'm going to try and sell? Like, you sell the ones that'll make you money, lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this was fun, man. We got we got all the questions in. I gotta figure out how to promote this one because
it's gonna be.
This one's going to the Smithsonian.
Well, I think it needs to get the most traffic only because we have so many golden ideas that when people use those and make money off our ideas, we got to get those executive producer credits.
Yeah, at least associate.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that way we get royalties and we're on the thing, and it's easier to negotiate. If you just say, "Give me, a tissue," fine. Give me associate producer credit, sure. But if you go, "Give me executive producer credit," they're like, you know what I mean? You got to haggle.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite thing about royalties is I have a buddy or an associate, like an acquaintance.
From the car washes.
Oh, I wish. But he was in one episode of the RoboCop television show from the 90s that was filmed in Toronto. And so every 8 months he'll get a royalty check for 6 cents when someone buys a copy of the DVDs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I need to get in one of those. I had dialogue ADR into my mouth in American Reunion. I could have been making.
Really?
I could have been making American Reunion bucks. Someone ADR'd into my.
Where were you in American Reunion?
I'm in the big parties. I'm in a lot of Odd Life of Timothy Green too, if you ever watch that. But so there's a party scene where they're doing Jim and Jim's dad, or Stifler and Jim's dad are doing shots, and that scene opens up. It's me. So for some reason no one could pour wine. So who can pour wine? I'm like, I can pour wine. They're like, okay, good. So they brought me in and I'm pouring wine, and they ADR'd "Tell me when" into my mouth.
Oh, so if you would have used your voice, it would have been
Royalty
all
City.
Those sweet American Pie money.
I was also a swim coach in Teen Wolf, and they're like, "Hey, just give the swim coach some lines." And I'm like, "Yeah, give me some lines." And they're like, they thought about it, and they're like, "We just don't have time." So I almost got sweet swim coach royalties from that. Just wanted to let you know.
As a youth worker, I sometimes to be current and be able to converse, I have to watch teenage television shows, and so Teen Wolf was one I actually enjoyed and got into.
Good actors. That Tyler Hoechner, I guess, is Superman now. He was in Everybody Wants Some, which I love. The one Dylan O'Brien was in the Maze Runner trilogy. Good cast.
Yeah, no, I thought the show was fun, and it did little winks at the Michael J. Fox movie.
The swim coach was good.
Well, the swim coach was the best part of that whole franchise, actually.
Yeah, he was good. He really brother.
Yeah, I have a bunch of swim coach T-shirts actually.
That was my first extra role. I only did about 6 of them, but that one was pretty good. I got paid pretty well for that too. That was in 2010, 2011, beginning of 2011. Freezing indoor pool. All right, cool. Hey,
fantastic.
So we're gonna do Constantine next. So send us any questions you have for that, and pitch.
Is Megan gonna join us for that one? Because she seemed passionate about. She loves Constantine.
She loves Constantine. We'll bring her on. And then then we got the other one that I gotta watch. This
Knight Riders.
Knight Riders. All right, so we'll do that. So hey, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Adam Hodgins, this is Movies Filmed in Flicks. We'll see you next week.